Riley, you and your family have become accustomed to this organization, but what was it like for you to be part of this camp and be able to play today?
Yeah, it was a great experience. Obviously, coming here last year and playing against the Devils, so it was nice to be on the Devils side this time. I watched them a lot last year, and going to watch them a lot this year with Dawson there. So it was nice to get out there, get the opportunity, and try to make the most of it.
What did it mean to you when you were invited to this camp?
Yeah, it meant a lot. Obviously, Jersey, like I said, watching them so much. Dawson's there. You know, for them to give me the opportunity to come in and try to show myself, not just to them, but other teams that's at this tournament watching games. So grateful for the opportunity and try to make the most of it.
What's probably one of the most important things you've learned from this experience being on the inside of the organization?
Yeah, I think just how everything works, how professional the organization is, even with the AHL coaches. I'm sure the NHL is another step too, but just to come in and be around the guys, knows how the pro game works. It's great to come in and experience.
What'd you like from your game today, and obviously posting that victory, huge for everybody?
Yeah, it's huge to get the, I guess, kind of first preseason win for the Devils here. But I liked my game a lot. I thought I competed well. Obviously, not every game is going to be perfect, but every time you go in the net, you try to give your team a chance to win. I think I done that on a few occasions here today, so I was pleased with my effort.
How challenging can it be for a player like yourself, who you were saying, last year you were here with Montreal, you went to Ottawa's development camp. What is that like for a player?
Yeah, it's obviously a bit different, but it's nice, honestly. Being free agent, trying to make the most is what you can when you get to every organization. Try to make a lasting impact, so they remember you for who you are as a person and who you are as a player for time in the future when junior's over and teams are looking to sign and play pro. So they have a little bit of feedback on who you are as a person and player.
And what was it like working with Brian Eklund this weekend?
Yeah, Brian's great. Yeah. I love working with Brian. I think anytime you get the chance to work with a different goalie coach, try to take as much as you can from him, be like a sponge, and try to just learn and take things from him that he thinks you can bring into your game and make you a better goalie. So when I go back to junior, I look at taking a few things from that Ek gave me and putting those into my game make me better.
Is there anything in particular you can share that he sort of showed you?
Yeah, well, I think just obviously the game's quicker. He wants me to travel on my feet as fast as possible. Try to stay my stance well, and lateral movements. I think those are some key points in traffic. A few times, just like using your body instead of your hands, trying to make yourself big as possible. But I think those are a few things we talked about over the week and try to work on. So.
Thanks, Riley.
Thank you.
Just wondering, obviously for the team to come out with a big win, and I mean, how does that feel for you guys?
Yeah, it was big. We wanted to get that win, to have a good bus ride home, but we knew it was coming. I thought we played a really hard, really fun weekend. We just couldn't finish it, but today that happened for us.
What has it been like throughout this entire first part of the camp?
It's been exciting. I mean, it's really fun to get to know everyone in the organization. There's so many resources, so many people here for us. So I think all the new faces and learning names, and the guys have been great. So it's been really fun.
For you, how important was it to have Coach Dineen and the coaching staff from Utica behind that bench, sort of getting to learn their tendencies and how they like things?
Yeah, it was good. I think it was a good adjustment for both sides, for them and for me, to get to know each other. And I really liked playing for Coach Dineen, and it was a fun week.
What did you feel that you showed them from your game?
I feel like I showed that I can compete night in and night out, and play wherever they want me to play. I played wing the first two games and center the last game, so I wasn't expecting that. Had to think a little bit more today, but I think it ended up going well.
It certainly paid off there, but is that notion of compete is something we hear not only at the NHL level from this organization, but also for the AHL. Is that something that's really been drilled into you guys this past week?
Yeah, it's been drilled in us from development camp until this week. Every person in the organization, when they're giving a speech to us, uses the word compete. So that's something that you have to do even in rookie tournament in the summer, at development camp. They just want to see you competing, and that's the bottom line. So as long as you do that, I think you got to be where your feet are, and as long as you compete, you'll be good.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Obviously, got a result that you guys wanted. What did you sort of see from your guys in that third game?
Well, I think this third one at 10 a.m. Is always a little bit of a challenge. So I think there was a little bit kind of whoever had the biggest push and wanted it the worst was going to come out on top. And we had some players play today that have kind of anxiously been waiting for their opportunity, and you start net with the way Riley Mercer played. I think he's just an enthusiastic kid. He's obviously his brother's brother, and because of that, you're getting somebody of high character and just a lot of enthusiasm, and those are all good things. But you got to follow it with his play, and he certainly did today.
One of the things Erik Middendorf was saying, our bus ride will be a lot happier now. That was one of the motivations. Do you feel that as a coach too?
Well, I think so. I mean, for us, hey, we know that it's an exhibition. We know that as far as the level of detail that you prepare your team, there's only such a level you can go in a small one practice, and you hop into 3 games right away. But I think we're also prideful people, and we want to end up with a win, and we certainly got a good character one today.
What do you hope these prospects have taken out of this week that you've all spent together?
Well, I think just there's a little bit of a tone, and there's a little identity within the Devils organization that runs to the Utica Comets, it runs to the Adirondack Thunder. So the thought process is there's a way to play, there's a way to conduct yourself, and when you have that, and you have players like Graham Clark that's been around for 3 years, wearing a letter and kind of leading in that area. You have a Simon Nemec that's only been here for a year, but has a really good feel for it. And it's not just words; it's the way you play and the way you carry yourself, and a lot of positives moving forward. And then they're going in against the big boys here in a few days.
And what did you kind of tell them after this tournament wrapped up? Is there something you can share about maybe what you said to them going into what you're saying, competing against those big boys now?
I think anytime you have a player come from college to pro, from the American League to the NHL, I think they talk about the pace and the level of skill. And to me, I think there's always a level of execution. Like, I just watched the Devils last week when they were out there kind of having their skate with just the players, and just to see the movement and how the puck is passed specifically. I think that's how you rate players, and I think we try to set the tone that this camp is part of that preparation. So that's probably the main message that we got to them, and just to embrace the challenge as well.
Thanks, Dino.
Okay.